Let us see the concept of slope and deflection. What is slope? Slope at a point and a bent beam is the angle which the tangent at that point makes with the x axis. So, deflection, the transverse displacement of a point on a straight axis to the curved axis is called deflection of the point. It means, I'll explain you in a simple diagram what is slope and what is deflection, what the concept is. For example, let me take you a simply supported beam AB. So, a simply supported beam AB where the load W is acting on it. So, how the beam is going to deflect, as we discussed earlier, like this. So, like this the deflection is going to be occurred. What he is saying, what is the slope in the sense? Slope at any point on the bent beam is the angle which the tangent that the point makes with the x axis. It means this is my bent beam. This is my original beam and this is my bent beam. When I draw a tangent to it, tangent in the sense actually, so this is my tangent. So, if I take it as a circle, when I cut a straight line with this, then when my line is touching a circle at a single point, it is called as a tangent. Here I am having a tangent, and if you take that side also, you will get a tangent, right? So, this is the tangent. What is saying? The angle which is making with the x-axis, the angle which is making with the x-axis is called as theta. So, this is your theta. Theta is nothing but slope here. Generally we will write it as theta, right? Now let us see deflection. The transverse displacement of a point on straight axis to the curved axis is called as deflection. It means for this is the straight axis, this is the curved axis. It means the here to here, whatever the length, which is called as deflection, that is denoted with delta. Generally, theta is measured in radians because it is angle, so that's why it is measured in radians, and this deflection is always measured in mm. So, for example, the beam is I am having a beam of 2 meters. I am having a beam of 2 meters. On this, a 10 kilonewtons load which is coming and acting at the center point. So, what happens in the sense, it is deflecting due to this 10 kilonewtons load. How much it is going to be deflected in the sense 1 mm or 2 mm. So, this is a straight one, this is the curved one, and the vertical distances between the straight axis and curved axis is called the deflection. The vertical distance between the straight axis and curved axis is called as deflections. So, this is our deflection, this is our slope. So, in this unit, definitely we are going to deal with the slopes as well as deflection, and we are having different methods to solve the slopes and deflections. Let us see what are those methods and how to solve these methods, we will see briefly. And now see the methods for solving of deflection of beams. First one is moment area method, and next one is Macaulay's method, and next is double integration method, and next is conjugate beam method, and third one is fifth one is graphical method, and next is strain energy method. In this we are going to see three methods. One is moment area method, and next is Macaulay's method, next is double integration method, and these remaining three will come for the BTech syllabus. In the BTech syllabus you will get all the three. So, before going for these concepts, let me tell you one basic thing is that just now we have seen the concept of deflection as well as theta, and many of the people are writing ESET. In ESET you will be having you will be getting lot of questions from strength of materials. So, one question which will asking frequently in your ESET is what is the maximum slope for a cantilever beam at the free end or at the fixed end, or what is the slope at the free end, what is the deflection at the free end, or else they'll be asking what is the maximum slope and deflection for a simply support beam. So like this the question comes. So let us see the concept of that before going for this. So let me tell you, first of all, I am taking a cantilever beam. I am taking a cantilever beam. So here W is the load, here A, and this is B. So this is my fixed end, this is my free end. My deflection will comes like this, right? This is my deflection. In the E set, he'll be asking what is the maximum slope and deflection for a cantilever beam at the fixed end. So at the fixed end, the slope as well as deflection is 0 in case of a cantilever beam. Here theta and deflection is equal to 0. Remember please, here theta, it means slope and deflection for this is 0, whereas coming to the free end, you will get deflection, you will get theta. So here theta and deflection is maximum. So the question is very clear and simple. For a cantilever beam, the slope and deflection is 0 at the fixed end, and the slope and deflection is maximum at the free end. In case of cantilever, when it comes to simply supported, it is going to be changed completely. For example, let me take a simply supported beam. So I am having a simply supported beam. Let this be A, this is a B. Now here what happens in the sense, some load which is acting. Let me tell, W is a load which is acting at here. So how my beam is going to be deflected? We have seen that it is like this. The deflection of simply supported beam comes like this. Here your deflection is coming over here. So this is my concept of deflection. What is deflection in the sense? We have discussed the formula also. This is the vertical distances between the horizontal and bended arc, right? We have seen this also. And here you will get theta. Where you will get theta? Here you will get theta. In the E set or in any competitive exams, they will be asking you question regarding simply support beam. In a simply support beam, where the deflection is maximum, delta is maximum at center. In case of simply supported beam, delta is maximum at center. But what about theta at the center? It means slope. So slope at center, it means slope is 0. Slope is 0 at center. When I draw a tangent to this, it doesn't make any angle. So it tells that where the slope is maximum, there where the deflection is maximum, there the slope is 0 in case of simply supported beam. So in case of cantilever beam, slope and deflection both are maximum at the free end, both are 0 at the fixed end. But in case of simply supported beam, deflection is maximum at the center and slope is 0 at the center. But where do you get slope? Slope is maximum. Where the slope is maximum? I will write one more thing. Where theta is maximum. Slope is maximum at ends. Slope is maximum at ends. It means this end and this end you will get the value of theta. So you are getting maximum amount of slope. But what about the deflection over here? There comes the deflection is 0. Here deflection is 0 at free end. Deflection is 0 at free end. So this is the major difference between these two. in the first figure, in the cantilever beam, the slope and deflection is 0 at the fixed end, and the slope and deflection is maximum at the free end. While coming to the simply supported beam, the deflection is maximum at the center and the slope is 0 at the center, right? And next thing is that the slope is maximum at the ends, but the deflection is 0 at the ends. So this is the concept. So obviously they will be asking you a frequent question in your competitive exams. So this is the concept of that. So let us solve one by one these methods. What is moment of method, what is Macaulay's method, what is double integration method, and we'll see all the problems and all the concepts, and whatever you think in your mind that deflection of beams is most toughest one, just remove it from your mind, because I'll make you it is as very simplified manner. So let us see the concept of moment area method. Now let's see the first method, that is moment area method. In the moment area method, you are having Morse theorem 1 and Morse theorem 2. What is a moment area method? In the deflection of beams, the problems are solved by moment area method by finding out the bending moment diagram of the given beams. For the given beams, by calculating the bending moment, from the bending moment diagrams we are going to calculate the slope as well as deflections, and this Morse theorem 1 and 2 will tell us the slope and deflections. For example, let us see Morse theorem 1. What the Morse theorem 1? Morse theorem 1 deals about the slope and Morse theorem 2 deals about the deflection. Let us see Morse theorem 1. It means the slope theory. The change of slope between any 2 points on an elastic curve is equal to the net area of the BMD. It means bending moment diagram between these 2 points, which is divided by EI, where EI is called as a flexural rigidity, where AI is termed as axial rigidity. So here the slope is given by A by EI. Here A is nothing but the bending moment area of the diagram. By this you will get the slope, and always this slope will be in radians. And let us see Morse theorem 2. The intercept taken on a vertical reference line to the tangents at any 2 points on an elastic curve is equal to the moment of bending moment between these points about the reference line divided by EI. It means after getting the concept of Morse theorem 1, here you are going for Morse theorem 2. Here A by EI into XI is going to be added. Here XI is nothing but the distance which you are going to be calculated, and that distance should be multiplied to this. So always deflection will get in, you can write in meters or you can write in mm, and this theta slope or theta you will be getting in radians. So let us see one basic example and let us solve how you will get slope and how you will get deflection.